Imagine discovering that centuries ago people predicted events that would shape, or even destroy, the world as we know it. Nostradamus and Baba Vanga, names etched in history, left enigmatic warnings about the future of humanity. But what makes these predictions even more fascinating is how much they resonate with today's events, as if their words reached across time to warn us. But are these prophecies just coincidences? Or are we witnessing the realization of something that was predicted so long ago? If so far they have been right about major events, what prevents us from believing that more is to come? These questions lead us to reflect on the fragility of the world we live in, and the role of these visions in our destiny. Among the most alarming of these warnings, Baba Vanga spoke of the year 2025 as the beginning of a devastating event, the possible extinction of humanity. His words describe an escalation of conflicts in Europe, something that seems strangely aligned with current geopolitical challenges, such as the war between Russia and Ukraine. But the terror doesn't stop there. She also mentioned deadly diseases and even extraterrestrial visitations, events that could forever transform the way we see our place in the universe. Baba Vanga and Nostradamus' predictions for 2025 seem increasingly enigmatic and disturbing. Among them is the shocking possibility of an assassination involving Vladimir Putin. Curiously, Baba Vanga said that this event would not be the result of an enemy action, but of a compatriot. Political motivations or desperate attempts to influence conflicts could be behind this act, but according to her, the result would not bring peace, but only deepen global instability. And as if that wasn't enough to raise alarm bells, another prophecy emerges: the use of a biological weapon by an as yet unknown nation. Nostradamus also brings his own layer of mystery, mentioning the red adversary who would endanger the great ocean. Could this refer to Russia, traditionally associated with the color red, or to the growing influence of China, with its socialist regime and global economic ambitions? This rivalry between powers only reinforces the potential for a dark scenario. But what about Donald Trump? Nostradamus is associated with the prediction that a controversial leader would face intense opposition in a critical economic scenario. Many believe he may be referring to Trump, with his possible presence in the 2025 elections. However, the prophecies also suggest that this leader would face extreme risks, including threats from a rival country. In parallel, Nostradamus mentions of celestial fire and the darkness of Mars, connected by some scholars to plans to colonize the red planet. With projects led by NASA and Elon Musk, 2025 promises to be a significant year for missions to Mars. Will this fire be a technological milestone or a space exploration disaster? Only time will tell. The predictions for 2025 made by Nostradamus and Baba Vanga paint a scenario of uncertainty and global challenges. Among them is the controversial prophecy that the King of the Isles will be deposed, suggesting a crisis in the British monarchy. With the ascension of Charles III, some believe that the monarchy will face historic changes and may even see the end of a 1,000-year-old tradition. But are we really prepared to deal with what may come? Sea wars, economic collapses, natural disasters. How far can humanity withstand these adversities? Nostradamus pointed out that the greatest threat may not come from conflicts between nations, but from nature itself. Intense climate change, extreme events and humanitarian disasters will become, according to him, the greatest test of survival for our species. Now imagine a world where the cost of living becomes unsustainable, basic products like bread and rice reach absurd prices, and hunger creates chaos. Nostradamus mentioned that man will eat his neighbor, a metaphorical warning of a moral and social collapse in times of extreme crisis. How would we react to seeing our values and principles put to the test in a struggle for survival? And if all that wasn't enough, Nostradamus also predicted a possible asteroid strike on Earth. Could a celestial event put an end to humanity? In 2024, astronomers have already observed signs of objects orbiting dangerously close to our planet. Will the fire in the sky described by Nostradamus materialize in 2025? Finally, we are left to reflect. Are we living at the mercy of fate, or do we still have time to change the course of history? Prophecies are a warning, an echo of what may come. It's up to us to decide whether to face them with fear or with the determination to shape our future.